The Lawman Lynch Show on BFS TV New York. We are entertaining. We are educational. We are engaging. Every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. and a repeat at 5:30 p.m. Time Warner Spectrum Channel 34, Optimum Channel 67, RCN Channel 82, and Verizon Fios Channel 42. Watch anywhere around the world at brickartsmedia.org/1. Welcome. We have another great show in store for you today with a young man who's literally on the grind every single day, shaping his life through the music industry. At 20 years old, he's the CEO, co-founder of his own record label. I call him the young mogul. Jason Goodson is a New York native who, like many others, have experienced much challenges as a preteen and even as a teenager. But importantly, he has learned many lessons and is now channeling those experiences positively as he seeks to not only be an employee in some regard, but he wants to be the employer. Hence, he has started his own company. I'm truly excited about the conversation I will have with Jason Goodson today, and I'm sure we all will learn much from this inspirational young man. Prepare yourself for a spirited conversation as we delve into the life and work of Jason Goodson. But before we hear from Mr. Goodson, it's time for In the Spotlight. Stay tuned. Brooklyn, New York amplifies the excitement this fall with an epic new drama series that will keep you wanting more. Slick. Brace yourselves and be ready to embrace love, life, and loyalty.
So Leo, how are you today?
Sebastian.
Leo, you're a man?
Don't get it twisted. People aren't always who they claim to be, and things aren't always how they
I don't
seem.
know how much of elite buzz you apparently own or what secrets you have with Leo, but I'm not talking to you right now.
Sleep on that same side of the bed.
Never throw pearls before swine.
What are you doing, Kirash?
I don't care if you love him or not. You need to call the police.
A brewing East Coast rivalry.
There comes a time when the only thing that matters in this concrete jungle is loyalty.
You know, I have access to some of AMG's accounts.
The only thing I have to send you right now is my EBT card.
Girl, let me get this straight. You walk into my establishment. You disrespect my employees. Disrespect is worse than a slap in the face, but the consequences teaches lessons. However, in fine New York style, the drama caresses the entertainment.
I have the most amazing idea that will make our ratings burst through the roof.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm listening.
Why do you keep inviting me to these meetings?
Why you keep coming?
That production was utter rubbish.
Sure thing, Mr. Lynch. You sure they know I'm gonna be there?
2 in the country. I'm not finished, Jenny.
Let me repeat myself. I'm the wrong person to mess with.
Ooh, a little spicy, I see. Like I said, stay in your lane. Hood rat.
Peaches! Oh my God, girl, what happened?
Domestic abuse, other social problems, and hostile takeovers.
Mr. Leo Marquel Lynch.
You wouldn't believe what's going to happen.
You are such a bitch.
A bitch? I can see why everyone is acting like I'm asking for so much. Nicole, you're a thief. Do you defend Richard Bradley? Because if you do, well, if you don't put a muzzle on her mouth.
What's really going on?
Good friends are better than bills in your pocket. You better recognize love, life, and loyalty.
Job, honey. I'll still be Leo's helper.
Whoa. Put a leash on her. Welcome back to our show. I hope you enjoyed that feature just now. I have in studio, as I said, Mr. Jason Goodson. Mr. Jason, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
And I'm saying Mr. because I believe that you deserve respect.
Thank
you
you,
know,
I
at
appreciate
20
it.
years old, you know,
Yeah.
you are the CEO of your own company. Where are you from? I know you.
I'm from the Bronx. Right
Mhm.
now I reside over in Long Island,
Mhm.
out in the Port Jefferson area.
Right.
Just I'm really everywhere, honestly.
Right.
From Queens to Bronx to Long Island, everywhere.
Right. What's your family structure like? You live with your mom,
I
dad?
live on my own. Me and my girlfriend live in a 3-bedroom apartment, just the two of us.
Mhm.
We're trying to build one of the rooms into a studio, actually.
Okay, nice.
We were currently in a little studio apartment, so we're in an upgrade now.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been out on my own since maybe 17 now.
17 years old.
yeah.
Well, that's interesting because you were born in the Bronx.
Yes.
What influenced the move from the Bronx to Long Island?
Kept getting arrested in and out of jail. My mom sent me actually to move with my dad in Virginia for a year. Things didn't work out. I moved back out over to the Bronx. Then from there, my mom decided to move out to Huntington. We got into a little what do you call it? Like a
So let me get this straight. Let me get before we get to Huntington. You're born in the Bronx, grew up in the Bronx, elementary school in the Bronx, high school as well?
1 year.
1 year of high school in the Bronx, and then you went where?
Virginia.
Virginia. You went to Virginia because
Trouble.
trouble.
Yeah.
So who's in Virginia?
My dad.
Your dad is in Virginia.
Yeah.
So what type of trouble were you getting in the first year of high school? And
I
you
mean,
had
it
to
it wasn't so much school. It was outside of school. The environment I was growing up in was either do or be done on, if you understand what I'm saying. Like,
right.
it's either you survive or you get picked on, and
Right,
you
right,
gotta
right.
you gotta maintain that image to protect yourself and move with your head up, not always low key, I guess you could say.
So your mom decided it was best that she shipped you off. 'Cause basically that's why you were shipped off
Left.
to
Yeah.
Virginia. So would you consider yourself then a troublemaker?
You could say
You
so.
were in the mix of
Yeah,
things.
I was in the mix. Exactly. I always found myself in the middle of trouble.
Right.
Whether I know I'm a good kid at heart, you know what I mean? Obviously, everyone has their own little reasons behind doing things, but
Right.
in the face and the view of others, then yeah, you could say that.
Okay.
Definitely.
So they sent you off to Virginia.
Yeah.
Your mom sent you to Virginia, and you ended up back in New York.
Yeah.
Why?
Got kicked out of school in Virginia. Was over there for maybe an exact year, and me and my dad wasn't getting along. Things wasn't working. I was actually my first time re-meeting him since
You were younger.
young kid, like maybe 2 years old. So yeah, things didn't go right.
So you came back to the Bronx, and while you're in the Bronx, still getting in trouble.
I wasn't there long enough. I was probably there like 2-3 months.
And then your mom moved to.
Yes, Huntington. We went to I can't think of the word.
Housing facility for.
Not. It's like it's a tongue twister. I'm trying to think. It's like a bunch of people live there. You know what I mean? They try to help you find a place to live.
Like a shelter. Like a shelter. So you're a part of. You're in the shelter system.
Yeah.
And I've been having conversations with individuals, and a part of their struggle happened to be, experiencing the New York shelter system, right? And we can talk a little bit about that because I too, and I tell people all the time, I'm not ashamed. I too have been, have experienced the whole shelter lifestyle. What sparked the interest in music?
I just lost the interest for football. I realized that school necessarily wasn't for me. I always had a good ear for music.
Right.
Always liked music, but
Right.
then it became deeper. I liked to hear the stories behind people's pain. I like
Right.
to paint that picture, everything you hear might not be what you hear. It's a bigger meaning behind it, and I like that art behind it. You know what I mean? Like the artistry, I guess you could say, behind the music drew me in.
Okay, all right, hold that thought. We're talking to Jason Goodson, CEO of his own record label, AppleTree The Label. We'll be right back to finish this conversation. Stay tuned. Brooklyn, New York amplifies the excitement this fall with an epic new drama series that will keep you wanting more. Slick. Brace yourselves and be ready to embrace love, life, and loyalty.
So, Leo, how are you today?
Sebastian.
Leo, you're a man?
Don't get it twisted. People aren't always who they claim to be, and things aren't always how
I
they
don't know
seem.
how much of elite buzz you apparently own or what secrets you have with Leo, but I'm not talking to you right now.
Sleep on that same side of the bed.
Never throw pearls before swine.
What are you doing, Kirash?
I don't care if you love him or not. You need to call the police.
A brewing East Coast rivalry.
There comes a time when the only thing that matters in this concrete jungle is loyalty.
You know I have access to some of AMG's accounts.
The only thing I have suspended right now is my EBT card.
Girl.
Let me get this straight. You walk into my establishment. You disrespect my employees. Disrespect is worse than a slap in the face, but the consequences teaches lessons. However, in fine New York style, the drama caresses the entertainment.
I have the most amazing idea that will make our ratings burst through the roof.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm listening.
Why do you keep inviting me to these meetings?
Why do you keep coming?
That production was utter rubbish.
Sure thing, Mr. Lynch. You sure they know I'm gonna be there?
2 in the country. I'm not finished, Jenny.
Let me repeat myself. I'm the wrong person to mess with.
Ooh, a little spicy, I see. Like I said, stay in your lane. Hood rat.
Peaches! Oh my God, girl, what happened?
Domestic abuse, other social problems, and hostile takeovers.
Mr. Leo, Lawman Lynch.
You wouldn't believe what's going to happen.
You are such a bitch. A bitch? I see why everyone is acting with him asking for so much. Nicole, you're a thief. Do you defend Richard Bradley? Because if you do, well, if you don't put a muzzle on her mouth.
What's really going on?
Good friends are better than bills in your pocket. You better recognize love, life, and loyalty.
Good job, honey. I'll still be Leo's helper.
Put a leash on her. Select. Welcome back to our show. I'm having a fantastic conversation with the young mogul. I call him the young mogul because I love to see
stick with it.
when young people excel. So you started your own record label.
Correct.
Even, this show is very, very short. I really want to go deeper into your life, but I'm so excited about what you're doing professionally.
Yes.
Tell me about AppleTree The Label. What inspired you to start the label?
Actually, me and my partner, he's over there in the crowd. We were putting it together for a few months. We were putting things together. We actually had another artist. Things didn't work out. He wasn't as serious as we was. So we were gonna do the music ourselves. We both were just gonna rap. He's a producer as well as the other CEO of the company.
Right.
we had the talent, you know what I mean? We had people that had talent, and we just needed to put it together and had everyone on the same page.
Right.
So once we did that, it took a few months to gather everyone together, contracts and everything like that. Took a few months, and then now you know what I mean. We're trying to really excel in it.
Right.
We got the gist of it. We're trying to the meaning for AppleTree the Label
right.
is
I was going to ask.
the bark of the tree is the music. The branches and everything like that is what we want to do off of the music, as far as restaurants, clubs, clothing, everything like that. And an Apple, obviously,
So
being
it's
from
very-
New York.
New York, so it's multifaceted.
Yes,
and
yes.
that-
Trying to
that-
build the empire, not so much just a label. You understand?
That's a good concept. Who are some of the artists you're working with now?
I got Thinking Billions and A Raw. You can find both of them on Instagram at Thinking Billions and A Raw, or Young Poppy Raw. I'm sorry, excuse me. And you can find a label at AppleTree The Label on SoundCloud, AppleTree The Label on Instagram, and as well on Twitter.
Okay, what genre of music would you say your label focuses on?
A lot of R&B, rap, I guess you could say. It's a lot of versatility in our music. So maybe one time you could say it's R&B, but then another time it could be hardcore rap, or it could be some pop, or it can make you want to dance. It could be a party hit.
Right.
We're really versatile with our team over here. That's what I like. Our producer, he could rap. You know what I mean?
Right,
Everything.
right.
Everyone here plays a part, and everyone has their part and knows it and plays it well.
You know, there are many record labels out there.
Sure.
What sets AppleTree apart from
Our
the-
drive, our want to want it. It's not a need. It's a want. We want to need it. We need to want it. You understand what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like, it's no if or maybe. It's gonna happen.
Right.
And anything I put my mind to in my life, no matter what it is, it's
Right.
happened.
Right.
And that's what we're gonna do here. We're here to take this to the top. I don't care if you have a #1 hit record or if you have a top 10 hit record. We're coming to take your spot.
Right.
And it's not on that tip. It's not personal. It's just business. Everyone's here to make the best music, no?
Right.
So if you're at that spot, that's where I'm trying to be. So
Right.
I got to get through you to get there, and that's
Right,
what we're able and willing to do.
As a label, are there any special projects you guys are working on?
We got one mixtape just dropped February 27th. I'm sorry, January 27th on Dat Piff. That just dropped for A-Roll. And Thinking Billions, we're coming up with. We're trying to drop it. I'm not going to tell you exactly when. You know what I mean? But he's more of a party guy. You understand?
Right.
So we're trying to.
Thinking Billions?
Yes.
Okay.
We're trying to set a date for that right now. We're trying to as well to host a little summer, I guess you could say, get together listening party.
Right.
And we're trying to take a few trips this summer, do a few video shoots. We got some things lined up. We have sweatshirts and everything getting made up right now. Have business cards, website,
nice.
AppleTreeTheLabel.com, by the way.
Right. So you're doing stuff. You're doing stuff.
Yeah.
We're speaking with Mr. Jason Goodson, CEO of AppleTree The Label. When we return from this short break, we'll finish our captivating conversation with Jason. You're giving me tongue twisters here. We'll finish our captivating conversation with Jason. But before that, The Buzz has a story we are sure you'll find fascinating. Check out this feature. We'll be right back. Brooklyn, New York amplifies the excitement this fall with an epic new drama series that will keep you wanting more. Slick. Brace yourselves and be ready to embrace love, life, and loyalty.
So, Leo, how are you today?
Sebastian. Leo, you're a man?
Don't get it twisted. people aren't always who they claim to be, and things aren't always how
I
they
don't know
seem.
how much of elite buzz you apparently own or what secrets you have with Leo, but I'm not talking to you right now.
Sleep on that same side of the bed.
Never throw pearls before swine.
Rush. What are you doing, Kirosh?
I don't care if you love him or not. You need to call the police.
A brewing East Coast rivalry.
There comes a time when the only thing that matters in this concrete jungle is loyalty.
You know I have access to some of AMG's accounts.
The only thing I have suspended right now is my EBT card.
Girl.
Let me get this straight. You walk into my establishment. You disrespect my employees. Disrespect is worse than a slap in the face, but the consequences teaches lessons. However, in fine New York style, the drama caresses the entertainment.
I have the most amazing idea that will make our ratings burst through the roof.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm listening.
Why do you keep inviting me to these meetings?
Why do you keep coming?
That production was utter rubbish.
Sure thing, Mr. Lynch. You sure they know I'm gonna be there?
2 in the country. I'm not finished, Jenny.
Let me repeat myself. I'm the wrong person to mess with.
Ooh, a little spicy, I see. Like I said, stay in your lane. Hood rat.
Peaches! Oh my God, girl, what happened?
Domestic abuse, other social problems, and hostile takeovers.
Mr. Leo, Markel Lynch.
You wouldn't believe what's going to happen.
You are such a bitch.
A bitch? I can see why everyone is acting with him asking for so much.
Nicole, you're a thief.
Do you defend Lynch and Bradley? Because if you do, well, if you don't put a muzzle on her mouth.
What's really going on?
Good friends are better than bills in your pocket. You better recognize love, life, and loyalty.
Good job, honey. I'll still be Leo's helper.
Put a leash on her. Welcome back to our show. I hope you enjoyed that feature on The Buzz. We're speaking with none other than Mr. Jason Goodson, CEO of AppleTree The Label. I am inspired.
Thank
I'm
you.
happy that you're here. And I'm inspired because, not only because of your age, but I remember when I invited you to the show, you know, just your persistence in
Yes.
actually being on the show,
Yes.
you know, is an inspiration to me.
Thank you,
because, you know, not a lot of people, you know, are that persistent.
Okay.
Socially, there's a lot happening in the world,
Mhm.
you know. There's a lot happening politically, socially, you know, economically, you name it. And
definitely.
but as young people, we have a voice.
Mhm.
What are some of the things that pulls at your heart? You know, what are you passionate about?
I'm passionate about, for as far as that topic.
Yeah.
I guess you could say it's how hard it is to actually find a job for maybe because my skin is a little darker than someone else's. You know what I mean? It sounds premature or prima donna to say, but it's especially now with Trump being president, it's ridiculous. It's hard to get a job. It makes us.
You don't like Trump?
No.
Trump?
No. I'd rather a female run the country.
But you know that you're with her.
Yes, I'd rather that.
But you know that you say you have a darker skin, but you know that there are individuals who would think that you have better access because you're light skinned.
No.
You're even saying that being light-skinned black,
yes,
you experience.
It's more so the name. Everyone isn't necessarily racist towards blacks. It's just darker skin than them. They don't see us as the same. You ever see or hear another individual say, "Oh, that's a pretty dark-skinned woman," or "That's a handsome dark-skinned guy." Why they have to separate it by the color of the skin, as far as everyone's individuals, everyone's people, everyone gets up and works, everyone bleeds, everyone, you know what I mean, uses the bathroom, everything. So they separate it from color, and that's how you know right there, being anything darker than white is hard.
Right. I know I asked you what you're passionate about, and basically I'm going to assume that that annoys you.
Yes.
The fact, the disparities.
Yes.
But what inspires you? You know, what? Outside of music.
Outside of music, my family.
Your family.
My family, and I have a close friend right now who held my family down when we didn't have it, and he's away right now. He's doing a little 5 years, so I want him to come home good, other than my family and my personal wants. That's one of the main reasons right there.
Right. You seem to have a lot of moving parts in your life, and truth be told, I probably have to have you back on this show just to get into that aspect of your life, because I do believe that you're an inspiration. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years.
Roundabout.
Forbes list.
Forbes list.
Forbes list.
Nice.
Sounds silly to say, but I know with the hard work that I'm putting in and my team is putting in, that is gonna pay off. Hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
It's not far fetched. You have to reach for the stars.
Definitely.
If you don't get there, you at least you
know you tried.
You tried, you know, but you have to think big. You have to have big dreams.
Yes, goals.
And realize those dreams, you know. I want you to look into that camera, and I want you to motivate our viewers today. I would say motivate young people, but just motivate our viewers, you know.
Okay, let me tell you something. If you don't think it's possible, it's possible. I've had situations where I didn't think I was able to make it out, but I did. And it's just the work ethic and the drive to keep going and wanting and not thinking there's no way to make it happen. There's a way to make it happen. It's just whether you put the work in to do it. Trust me. Everyone go get what you want. It's out there for you.
I totally believe that. Where can we find you on social media?
AppleTree The Label on Instagram, AppleTree The Label on Twitter, and AppleTree The Label on SoundCloud. On SoundCloud, you put space between AppleTree and as well as the label.
All right, awesome. Mr. Jason Goodson, thanks,
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I really appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Remember, it doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what your financial situation may be. You just need to dream big.
Yes.
Have big dreams and realize those dreams.
And work hard.
All right? Friends, remember to remain as optimistic and as positive as possible at all times. Pursue your passions and your dreams while you continue to be the best you. Thanks for watching. The Lawman Lynch Show on BFS TV New York. We are entertaining. We are educational. We are engaging. Every Thursday at 9:30 a.m. and a repeat at 5:30 p.m. Time Warner Spectrum Channel 34, Optimum Channel 67, RCN Channel 82, and Verizon Fios Channel 42. Watch anywhere around the world at brickartsmedia.org/1.